Hello everyone, this is Potato Sourdough. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving deep into weapon series of Sword of Convallaria. But first, an exciting update on Layla's latest tier list, which now includes rankings for Tristan, Layla, and Saffiyah Altar. Tristan is a powerhouse with her AoE percentage base damage, cooldown resets, and berserk mode, granting invincibility and boosted damage. Her passive Burning Blood adds 50% of her magic attack stat to her P attack stat. Her AoE attacks are considered magical damage that scales off of her P attack, making her versatile in both PvE and PvP scene. Equip her with a Bloodstone Amulet and her damage skyrockets. Layla rated her 12.5 out of 10 in PvP. Yes, you heard that right. She's a must ban in pick and ban mode. Layla stands out as the defensive powerhouse with a high attack potential. Her mechanics convert counterattacks into devastating preemptive strikes. With the Shield of Justice, she's even stronger, but she requires significant investment. She's a high-risk, high-reward character that excels in PvP control and suppression, but may struggle in PvE. Saffiyah Altar excels at repositioning allies, providing buffs and battlefield control with advanced guard mechanics. She's highly valuable in PvP and boss battles, but requires a well-constructed team. Best for experienced players, she enhances team synergy, but isn't a priority for early game progress. New rankings. Tristan ranked 17th in map clears, including Tower of Adversity, 1st in PvP, and 6th in boss strategy. Layla 9th in map clears, 6th in PvP, 16th in boss strategy. Saffiyah Altar 23rd in map clears, 11th in PvP, 9th in boss strategy. Important to note, Layla adjusted the usage cost scores after feedback, reducing total scores by 50% to balance the older units with more farming opportunities. Now, onto the weapons. I'll be using the updated tier list to rate the weapons. This assumes players will max out the weapons, investing millions of Elysium coins to get perfect engravings. Sword users include Saffiyah, Layla, Saffiyah Altar, Agatha, Nunawil, Shaklulu, Call, Dandelion, Nergal, Titan, Garcia, and Maitha. A quick note on Shaklulu. Contrary to my previous video, she is a physical DPS, not magical. She is a physical DPS. I'm sorry for the confusion in the previous video. Let's start by looking at different SSR swords available and how they rank for different characters. First is Newborn Blade, one of the most versatile swords in the game. This sword boosts both HP and P attack, making it perfect for characters that need to balance survivability with damage output. Saffiyah benefits immensely from Newborn Blade. It helps push enemies to a dying state, and with the follow-up of her skill settlement of the Hanged Man, it deals additional piercing damage equal to 30% of the target's HP. A solid 3 points for Saffiyah. Layla is another top user of Newborn Blade. As the game's strongest alert skill user, Layla wants as much P attack as possible, and Newborn Blade perfectly complements this, giving her a 3 as well. Agatha, Dandelion, Nergal, Maitha, and Garcia also make excellent use of Newborn Blade, depending on their role and build. Scores vary between 1 to 3 points for these characters, but it remains a highly recommended sword. So, Newborn Blade is an all-around great choice for many characters, earning it the top spot with a score of 26. Next, we have Void Stab, a weapon that excels in maximizing burst damage potential and maintaining high damage output. It synergizes well with high mobility and characters that have unique skills. Shaklulu takes full advantage of Void Stab. Her unique skills and high mobility allow her to stack weapon buffs efficiently, making this sword ideal for maximizing her burst damage potential. 3 points. Call is another character that shines with Void Stab, thanks to her trait and high mobility, which help leverage her multi-hit attacks, 3 points. Nono Will also benefits from Void Stab's effect, helping her achieve a more stable critical hit rate during her rank 11 nuke skill and leveraging her multi-hit attacks, 3 points. Garcia can utilize Void Stab effectively as well, particularly when focusing on critical hit rate stability and maintaining high damage output. Void Stab scores a strong 17, making it a highly viable sword for certain characters. The Cornucopia Blade is more niche, but very effective for characters that need frequent energy boost and restoration. Saffiyah Alter benefits the most from Cornucopia Blade as it helps restore her energy, which is crucial for maintaining her supportive capabilities. While it might not be the best fit for every character, it can still serve as an alternative for some, which gives it an overall score of 14. Moving on to the Senator Swift Sword, this weapon shines when it comes to reducing enemy mobility, making it an excellent choice for characters who focus on controlling the battlefield. Tristan benefits significantly from the Senator Swift Sword. His rank 9 basic attack reduces the target's mobility, which synergizes perfectly with this weapon, 3 points. Nurgle can use it as an alternative when additional mobility control is needed, 2 points. However, it's not as broadly applicable as some other swords, which is why it scores a 5. The Beheading Machete is another sword that serves a solid option for burst DPS characters, especially when paired with Edda. Dandelion is a good candidate for Beheading Machete, particularly when Edda is in the same party to amplify his damage output, 2 points. Its niche use keeps its score at the modest 2. Now we have Guardian's Will, a sword that focuses on boosting survivability for shield-bearing tanks. Tristan can benefit from Guardian's Will as it improves his survivability as a tank, 2 points. This weapon is quite situational, so it also lands at a 2. Lastly, we have the Ever-Burning Blade. Unfortunately, it is not recommended for any character due to its limited utility and effectiveness. It receives a score of 0 across the board. Now, let's take a look at the second slide where we compare all the swords based on their overall scores. As we can see, Newborn Blade is the highest rated sword with 26 points. Its versatility makes it a great investment for almost any team. Void Stab comes in second with 17 points. It's the best choice for characters with high mobility and critical hit builds, especially DPS units like Shaq Lulu and Call. Other swords like Cornucopia Blade, Senator Swift Sword, Beheading Machete, and Guardian's Will have more specific uses depending on your team composition and strategy. And of course, Ever-Burning Blade is the lowest rated, so it's best avoided. So to summarize, Newborn Blade and Void Stab are the most valuable SSR swords for a wide range of characters, making them top picks for your investments. The other swords serve specific niches, so consider your team composition and the characters you plan to use when selecting a weapon. Understanding these synergies will help you optimize your gameplay and get the most out of your characters and your powder. Next, let's look at the recommended SSR axes for each character. First is Tristan. Tristan thrives on being in a dying state where she performs best. The Brutal Axe increases her HP by 10% and allows her to ignore 40% of the target's defense when their HP is higher than hers. Combined with her unlimited resolve and her astral equipment, she becomes a terrifying opponent who can deal massive damage while staying alive. August. The Tuning Hammer is perfect for August because it increases his physical attack by 10% and dispels 2 buffs from the target before attacking. This synergy is particularly effective against buff-heavy enemies. An alternative choice is the Hollow Axe, which boosts his defense and increases physical attack based on his already superior physical defense and magic defense, providing a good balance of offense and survival. Rawiyah Alter. Rawiyah Alter's Astral Weapon Swiftwind Sword significantly boosts her critical rate, allowing her to perform powerful wide-range AoE attacks. The Tuning Hammer is another viable choice for debuffing and managing single-target bosses. Coco. Coco benefits greatly from the Brutal Axe as it increases her max HP, which is crucial for her role as both a tank and a healer. Her healing abilities are based on her maximum HP, so boosting it enhances her healing output. The Hollow Axe can also be used to further improve her damage and defense, adding to her tankiness. Rawiyah. The Tuning Hammer combined with Rawiyah's Dispelling Strike makes dispelling single boss buffs a breeze. Alternatively, the Feast Axe can be used to boost her damage output and synergizes well with her self-healing reaction skill and trait. Alexi. The Hollow Axe boosts both damage and defense, converting part of defense into physical attack, making it ideal for Alexi as a counter-tank unit. Meanwhile, Brutal Axe fits perfectly with his unlimited Resolve 5-star trait that lasts 2 rounds, providing additional benefits to his skill. Guzman. The Brutal Axe enhances health and ignores defense, making it ideal for Guzman's self-damaging playstyle and improving his survivability. The Hollow Axe boosts both damage and defense, making it another suitable option. Magnus. The Hollow Axe enhances damage and defense while converting a portion of defense into physical attack, stacking well with Magnus's trade. Alternatively, the Tuning Hammer boosts damage, increases physical attack, and dispels enemy buffs, making both excellent choices for balancing offense and survival, especially against heavily buffed enemies. Now let's look at the overall scores for each axe and discuss their best use cases. Hollow Axe is the top rated axe with a score of 15. It offers a balanced mix of defense and attack, making it a versatile option for characters like Magnus, Alexi, and Coco who need to balance offense and defense. Tuning Hammer follows closely with a score of 13. It's perfect for dispelling buffs and providing consistent damage, making it ideal for characters like August and Rawiyah who benefit from both offense and utility. Brutal Axe also has a score of 13. It's the best option for characters like Tristan, Coco, and Guzman who thrive when their HP is low and need to bypass enemies' defenses. Feast Axe scores a 6 and is more niche weapon, best suited for characters like Rawiyah who can leverage its healing and attack boost effects. The Nile Hammer and Cornucopia Axe have scores of 1 and 0 respectively, indicating that they are less effective choices for most characters and should be avoided unless there are no other options available. So to summarize, Hollow Axe, Tuning Hammer, and Brutal Axe are the top picks for SSR Axes, offering the most flexibility and effectiveness across a range of characters. Depending on your team composition and strategy, you'll want to choose one of these top axes to maximize your character's potential. Next, let's go through each bow user and the best SSR bow choices for them. Homa. The Longbow of Martyrs allows Homa's bird to benefit from additional damage bonuses. This setup is particularly effective when Homa is being utilized for both healing and secondary DPS build, enhancing her versatility in different roles. Edda. Meteor Line complements Edda's damage support role by applying debuffs while she attacks the target. This helps in weakening enemies while also dealing damage. As an alternative, the Longbow of Martyrs adds value to her as a damage support unit by boosting her damage output. Fei Call. Fei Call benefits from the critical rate boost of the Star Raid crossbow, making his burst damage more consistent through higher critical rates. When utilizing his alert build, the Irian combat bow is a great option for increasing his out-of-turn damage. Lilywell. The Star Raid crossbow is perfect for Lilywell's damage build as it makes her burst consistently hit critical rate. Alternatively, when building her as an infection unit, Whale Hunter should be used instead for optimal performance. Nungle. The Star Raid crossbow is essential for Nungle's critical boss killer build. This bow fits her kit like a glove, enabling her to maximize her critical damage output against tougher enemies. Miguel. Miguel benefits from the melee mega crossbow as it amplifies his rank 9 basic attack. This is particularly useful since some of his skills are limited in range. Now let's discuss the overall scores for each SSR bow and their best use cases. Star Raid crossbow leads with a score of 11. It's the most versatile bow for characters focusing on critical rate builds and burst damage. It's highly recommended for characters like Fei Call, Lilywell, and Nungle. Longbow of Martyrs follows with a score of 9. This bow is excellent for characters who can benefit from additional damage bonuses such as Homa and Edda, making it a solid option for support and secondary DPS roles. Meteor Line. Meteor Line scores 7 and is a strong choice for characters like Edda who rely on Meteor Line scores 7 and is strong. Meteor Line scores 7 and is a strong choice for characters like Edda who applies debuffs while dealing damage. It provides a mix of support and offense, making it a great pick for damage support roles. Irian Combat Bow has a score of 4, making it a situational option. It's best used with characters like Fei Call when focusing on out-of-turn damage and maintaining consistent attacks. Melee Mega Crossbow and Whale Hunter have scores of 3 and 2 respectively. The Melee Mega Crossbow is specifically effective for Miguel due to his range 1 basic attack skill, while Whale Hunter is a niche choice for infection builds, particularly for Lilywell. Cornucopia Bow sits at the bottom with a score of 10. It is not recommended for any character due to its lack of synergy and effectiveness. To wrap things up, for bows, Star Raid Crossbow, Longbow of Martyrs, and Meteor Line are the top choices for SSR bows, each providing unique benefits that cater to different character builds and playstyle. Consider the specific roles and build requirements of your characters when selecting a bow to ensure you get the most out of them. Next, let's go through each character and the best magic SSR weapon choices for them. First up, Tyre. Tyre's recommended weapon is the Reorganized Cube, which instantly dispels debuffs from allies, making him highly effective in both PvE and PvP. This enhances his role as a versatile support character, providing strong healing and debuff management, which is crucial for maintaining team effectiveness. Inanna. Inanna's best weapon is Reorganized Cube for the same exact reason for Tyre. Akambe. The Cornucopia staff is ideal for maintaining energy and usability, especially in setups focused on summoning and sustained AoE damage. Resentment Broom is an alternative if energy isn't an issue. Barrel. For Barrel, the Focus Wand is the best option for maximizing single target magic damage and range, but it requires careful positioning and healing. Alternatively, Resentment Broom enhances area damage with a 15% boost and adds a chance for life loss effects. Karis. The Fusing Prism enhances Karis' role as a wide-range AoE DPS. Meanwhile, the Cornucopia staff helps with energy management as she is energy intensive, making it a valuable alternative. Simona. Simona's best weapon are the Resentment Broom for maximizing AoE damage and inflicting life loss, and the Starry Sky Heritage for boosting magic attack and HP. Hasna. Hasna's best weapon choice is the Focus Wand, which maximizes her range and aligns with her role as a mobile, long-range DPS character with high critical hit rate. Momo. For Momo, the Starry Sky Heritage is recommended for boosting single target magic damage and increasing health for better frontline survivability. The Resentment Broom is ideal for an infection-based build, offering a 25% chance to enhance the life loss effect. Samantha. Samantha's best weapon is exactly the same as Tyr and Nana, for the reason that she's a healer. Now let's take a look at the overall scores for each SSR Magic Weapon and discuss their best use cases. First is Resentment Broom leads with a score of 11. It's highly effective for characters focused on maximizing AoE damage and applying life loss effects, such as Simona and Beryl. This weapon is ideal for offensive magic users. Focus Wand and Starry Sky Heritage both score 9. The Focus Wand is perfect for characters like Beryl and Hasna, who rely on single target damage and critical hits, while Starry Sky Heritage boosts magic attack and HP, making it versatile for different builds. Reorganized Cube also scores 9 and is a top choice for support characters like Tyr, Inanna, and Samantha. It's invaluable for teams that need consistent debuff management and healing. The Fusing Prism scores 7 and is a great option for AoE damage dealer like Karis, who need to manage energy while delivering consistent damage output. Cornucopia Staff comes in with a score of 5, making it useful characters who require strong energy management, such as Akambe. Skeleton Staff is at the bottom with a score of 1, indicating that it is generally not recommended for most characters due to its limited utility and effectiveness. However, if you do not have Cornucopia Staff or Akambe can use this one, even though the effect is not as good. Now to sum it up, Resentment Broom, Focus Wand, Starry Sky Heritage, and Reorganized Cube are the top choices for SSR Magic Weapons, each serving unique roles from damage dealing to support. Finally, let's go through each character and the best SSR spear choices for them. Gloria. For Gloria, the best spear depends on her build. For an AoE build, the double-sided halberd is the top choice, providing great damage and an extended damage output range. For single target, it's Skeleton Spear. For increased mobility, for a support Gloria, the Nameless Staff is a strong option. Pamina. The Legion Breaker is Pamina's strongest spear, with effects tailored specifically for her kit. It is part of the patch 3.0 Astral Equipment series, significantly enhancing her abilities as a DPS. As an alternative, the Silent Guard is a decent spear that enhances her role as a counter tank, offering defensive capabilities. Leonide. The Silent Guard complements Leonide's tanky build perfectly. It enhances his defensive abilities, making him a more formidable tank on the battlefield. Iggy. The Pendant Halberd increases attack and defense by 10% before being hit by a single target attack, making it ideal for Iggy in an alert-focused build. This allows him to perform well in a defensive yet aggressive role, maintaining his effectiveness against single target threats. Savior. The double-sided halberd increases his damage and boosts physical attack by 5%, up to 24% depending on how many enemies are hit. This makes double-sided halberd Savior's most powerful specialized weapon, elevating his performance to new heights. Now let's look at their overall scores for each SSR spear and discuss their best use cases. Double-sided halberd takes the top spot with a score of 9. It is the most powerful spear for characters like Gloria and Savior, offering a lot of damage. It's highly recommended for AoE focus build. The Silent Guard follows closely with a score of 8. This spear is ideal for tanky characters like Leonide and also serves as the defensive alternative for Pamina. It provides solid defensive bonuses, making it perfect for sustaining longer battles. Skeleton Spear has a score of 7. It is particularly effective for single target damage builds and is a great choice for characters like Gloria. Pendant Halberd also scores 7, making it a strong choice for characters like Iggy, who benefit from both increased attack and defense in alert builds. Nameless Staff has a score of 6, which makes it a good alternative for support-focused builds, especially for Gloria. Cornucopia's Spear and Doomsday Skite are at the bottom with scores of 0, indicating that they are generally not recommended for most characters due to their limited utility and lack of synergy with popular builds. To wrap things up, Double-sided halberd, the Silent Guard, and the Skeleton Spear are the top choices for SSR spears, each offering unique advantages for different character roles, from AoE damage to tanking. Thank you so much for sticking around this long. As a special reward for your dedication, I've got some bonus info about Astral equipments. Now, I've chosen to call them Astral equipments simply because it doesn't translate directly to signature weapons. While the effects of these equipments are tailored to the patch 3.0 characters, they are not exclusive to those characters, so don't feel locked in if you want to experiment with them on different units. And by the way, I've also renamed Pamina's unofficially translated weapon, Thousands of Troops Breaking Spear, to Legion Breaker. It means the same thing, but with fewer syllables. Much easier to say, right? Now, let's get into the details of Astral equipments and how you can obtain them. These equipments come with patch 3.0 and are available through a special Astral equipment banner. This banner has a pity system at 60 pulls where pity equals equipment of choice, so you have control over which equipment to get. Each piece of equipment is specifically tailored to complement the 3.0 characters, enhancing their ability significantly, but remember, they can be equipped on any character, giving you room for creative strategies. In the latest tower content on the TW and CN servers, there is a currency reward system for random Astral equipment chest. Each chest costs 200 of its currency and is guaranteed to be one of the 3 shown above. For free-to-play players, low spenders, and dolphins, you can generally get up to 2 chests a month. Whales might be able to obtain 3. Notably, Rawiyah Altar's Swiftwind Sword is given for free through events, so be sure to participate. After the Astral equipment banner expires, these weapons will enter the general weapon banner. Here are some of the key Astral equipments and their tailored effects for 3.0 characters. Rawiyah Altar's Swiftwind Sword increases physical attack by 10%. After attacking, it increases critical damage by 21% until the action ends. Perfect for high crit, high speed strategies. Pamina Legion Breaker increases critical rate and attack by 10% if the total distance moved, charged, or teleported is greater than or equal to 5. Critical damage increases by another 10%. After using a non-instant skill, the skill's cooldown is reset. The consumed energy is refunded. This effect has a cooldown of 3 turns. This also allows Pamina to use her ultimate skill back to back. Tristan Bloodstone Amulet increases magic attack by 10% and magic AoE damage by 20%. When in a dying state, the effect doubles, increasing magic attack by 20% and magic AoE damage by 40%. A must-have for maximizing Tristan's damage potential. Layla Shield of Justice. While a physical shield is active, attack and defense are increased by 12%. At the start of an action, it grants a physical shield equal to 120% of the user's physical defense cooldown of 3 turns. A defensive game changer. Saffiyah Altar Shield of Justice works similarly to Layla's, providing increased attack and defense when a physical shield is active. This is good for Saffiyah because she's quite weak defense-wise. These equipments provide tier-changing upgrades when equipped by the intended characters, adding a new layer of strategy and power to your team builds. And that's a wrap for this video. If you found this video useful and want to stay up to date with more guides, tips, and news on Sword of Convallaria, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your support helps keep Brett happy and this channel growing. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is Potato Sourdough, signing off.